Go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this presentation. We are a multidisciplinary group making some research on legal text analysis using multiple tools. We're different, come from different backgrounds, and basically we see in legal text a sort of new oil to do many new discoveries to improve the legal system, and not only. This is why our presentation today is just a small piece in a much broader, not only network of connections, but also in a broader project that we call predictive jurisprudence. We are trying to explore and use and develop different tools to do some data mining and producing some prediction tools related to legal text. The idea is to set a much broader pipeline, blending together legal constraints and actual technical possibilities, and develop new ones by their interplay. So what we are trying to do is to create this robust infrastructure that is at the same time ethically and legal compliant. So we try to avoid the spread of personal data, for instance, but without losing the potentiality of data mining and eventually using other tools like machine learning and producing predictors that can enable better analysis, discovery of social phenomena that are hidden in a sense, discover and overcome biases. This is all to both help the policymakers and the actual players in the judicial system. Next one, please. So overall, we are trying to design and develop over time a larger strategy, which at the very end of the day is a pipeline combining different tools, different techniques in a framework of legal and ethical constraints to actually be able to offer useful tools, not only for research, but for daily work of all the competencies involved. Next one, please. And this is very strictly related to the possibility that legal data can offer, since they have a specific structure that Denise will explain to you.
Yes, well, thank you, Giovanni. Our idea started from the fact that each judgment has a similar structure that can be analyzed, and can be analyzed from several perspectives with different techniques. In this paper, we used the text mining techniques that Professor Romano will explain lately. But considering that each judgment has a set of information that are related to the context of the decision, another set of information that are related to the case description and the societal elements that can be addressed and analyzed from the dispute, because the judgment is at the end a pathological step of a relationship that can be a family relationship, a contractual relationship, or something that went wrong in the society. And so we can interpret the judgments, but also the society, thanks to the languages analysis and the text analysis of what has written in a decision. And so we decided to analyze a pilot on maintenance after separation and divorce, analyzing both the which are the requirements to achieve in Italy, at least the this measure of maintenance after that a family crisis, how to calculate it, that is a number that can be easily reached in a decision, in a legal text. And also the step forward is to analyze which can be the biases on the decision, how we can find some gender pay gap, for example, in the distribution allocation of this kind of economical measure. But these are our challenges, and we just started this interdisciplinary dialogue, and the techniques that we applied to this data set of decision that we reached thanks to an agreement with the tribunals from Italy are still in development. So please, Professor Romano, on our data and how we played with this kind of data for our aims.
Our data come from only one tribunale in Italy, the first instance trial court. So we started with a not so large set of data, but they are instead 5,000 of judgments. So they are sufficiently large data set to prove to experiment our pipeline. We obtained the judgments in a PDF format and then transformed with other software. Our tentative pipeline consists of 3 phases. The first is a measure concerning of our for our data, because we need to we have also sensitive data, and so we need to anonymize them. And then there is a phases of text mining and information extraction queries that was performed with software Taltac. And then we performed an unsupervised clusterization from textual data, and then comparing them with the results of text mining annotation. Okay. So from the phases of anonymization, we preserved the 4 variables which were very important for our research outputs. It was the place and date of birth of people involved and birth country. And so the age of the parties, for example, could be relevant for qualified alimony. And then we obtained in the software Taltac 2 main matrices. The matrix of graphical forms, there were with the number of frequencies, and all the annotations, both semantic and grammatical, obtained during the analysis with the software tools. And another matrix which is very relevant, because for each judgments of these 5,000 on our set, we obtained a description obtained with the quantification of conditions and information obtained. This is an example of our the variables. So we can, starting from text, now we obtained quantitative variables associated with each of the judgments analyzed. And then we performed a non-supervised clusterization using only 4,000 of keywords selected during the step of lexical analysis, selecting only forms noted as nouns and adjectives, which are full of meanings for our research scope. and we performed a factor analysis and then a cluster analysis on the results and obtained 5 clusters. This is the description of these 5 clusters. The most relevant, the 3 most relevant cluster is amount of judgments in these are the judgments with minors, the first, and the second, the judgments with the oldest children, and in the third was conflictual disputes. The other 2 are less relevant as numbers. And then we compared the results obtained during the text mining phases and performed a multiple correspondence analysis. With this is the plot of the first 2 dimensions. With the first dimension is an axis from children on the left and no children to the right, and the second dimension is the presence of minor at the top and adult children above. And then we obtained the number of clusters are inserted in as the number, the X, and so we can compare we obtained quite a good approximation from these 2 sources of analysis. In these we think that in these preliminary results are really interesting. First, for the identification of a protocol on pseudo-anonymization, and that can be obtained using the tools of Taltac software, and it could be easily applied to any big data set containing including sensitive data. And secondly, we can combine all the outputs from different analyses. So we started the principal meaning of our of this step of our research is that starting from text, they have just the same structure, but the words are very different from one from the other. But we obtained some quantitative data that can be used for representing that. So this is we think this is a good result or interesting for the next analysis. Then I think that we can demonstrate that having only text data, we can both combining text and data mining to obtain data that can be useful to be applied in legal analysis, but also in social and sociological questions. We are very glad for your interest, and you can contact us, someone of us, and special thanks to all the students that take part of this research. Thank you.